Hey, hey everybody. How are you? Welcome. Right before we started, my light bulb went out. Had to grab a new one, so I'm ready to go. Um, I just want to welcome you and thank you for joining me. Um, as you come on, just please let me know you're here. Just let me know you can hear and see me. Just maybe click hello, say hello, or click like, or just yes, whatever. So I know you can hear me and you can see me okay. Um, I want to make sure that we are able to see each other really well tonight and hear each other okay. So I'm just going to give it another minute in case anyone's still trying to get on, and then we'll start. Okay. Um, so I'm just waiting for a couple people to join on here, and then I'm going to start. So let me know if you can hear everything or see me okay. So I'm going to check another window here on Facebook. Make sure I can see you. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, if I'm gonna get started now, if anybody has a problem seeing or hearing, just let me know, and I will definitely see what I can do. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get started now. And again, I welcome you. Thank you for joining me. And my name is Yolanda. If you don't know me, I'm Yolanda Ransom, and I'm a financial coach. And what I do is I help clients. I help them master money management skills. So basically, they can live their dreams in a nutshell. So they can live the lives that they're trying to create, right? And that's what this is about. This whole series is about um, 3 steps to save money for your dreams and not go broke, right? So we want to save money. We don't want to go broke, right? I mean, I know I'm not the only one. Great. Hey, Dee. Thank you for joining me. Nice to see you. Thanks so much. Um, can you hear me and see me okay? Let me know. Just put yes or something so I can make sure you can hear me and see me. Let me know. Just type yes for me there. And so, as I was saying, if you don't know me, which some of you are probably just getting to know me, I'm a financial coach. Okay, great. You can, wonderful. Yay, 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 yay. Okay, so I'm going to do a 3-part series on this, right? And it's going to be on how to save for your money for your dreams and not go broke. And, you know, the reason I'm doing this series is because I've been talking to some of you, and you've been, giving me some helpful feedback through the email and everything. Wonderful. Great. Thank you, B. Thank you. I'm glad. So, wonderful. And a lot of you, you've been telling me that you're struggling with saving, right? You're saving money. And I know this is a real issue. I mean, I know this from my own experience, previous experience. I see it with some that I know. And I don't know if you know this. Tell me if you heard this. There is the Federal Reserve, right? They did a study, um, and they surveyed people. And they said that in the survey, 50% of the people that responded said that if they had an emergency for $400, they would not be able to cover that without either borrowing or selling something. So, this is, and again, this was 50% of Americans, right? This is what they said. So that means this is not just people that are lower income. This is not just people that, maybe have less money. These are people from different backgrounds, from different levels of wealth, and this is a common problem, right? Have you had this problem, or can you relate to what I'm saying to you today? Because, at a point, it was pretty hard for me to do the same thing. Many years ago, I was really struggling myself to save and get money and put it aside. And I know this is a real concern for a lot of us. So that's why I'm doing this series, okay? And so today, Part one is finding the money to live the life you dream of, right? Because isn't that what we really want? I know I do, right? Yes, definitely, fully. I agree. I agree. We all want to live our dreams. We want to live lives that we're happy about, and that takes money. So, um, finding the money is the challenge. That's the challenge, right? So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Um, so I just want to tell you a story, right? I completely understand what it's like to struggle, and because basically I came from a lower income background, right? So basically I've been working since I was 12 years old. My family, money was tight, and I'll tell you a true story. I've never been much into fashion, but I like nice clothes every now and then. And my sister, she always had such really nice clothes. She's always more into fashion than I was, right? So um, I would usually get her clothes after she was done with them, but sometimes I wouldn't wait until she was done with them. So what I would do is, when she went to school, she would leave before me. I would go into the closet and I would borrow her clothes, unbeknownst to her. So I would wear them to school and I would run home. I would run home really fast, and I'd try to get home and put them back in the closet before she knew this, right? So the thing is, so around 12, that's when you start wanting to look a little nicer. So I would borrow her clothes. So, I went to my mom, I wanted new clothes, and she's like, you know what? I understand, but this is something that I can't manage right now. So I started working. So I got my first summer job, summer youth employment program. I got that first job, started working, and I started earning money. So I started handling money pretty early on. And coming from my background, I learned how to, basically get by with what I had. And again, I just want to stress, right? One of the things I want to stress is I don't advocate being poor, right? That's a very rough, horrible situation. Do you agree? I mean, nobody wants to be poor. But one of the things that I found so valuable about that is that I learned to live within my means. And that's something that a concept and perspective that has helped me. And that's how I've been able to find the money for my dreams, because I've been able, yeah, that's right. Nobody wants to be poor, right? No one does. There's a lot of, yeah, I get you, B. A lot, nobody wants to be poor. But a lot of us, we find that we're struggling. We're used to that. And it can be really challenging, right? It's hard to save money, right? It's really hard. And I think exactly. No one should be, right. There's plenty of things that we should have and that we deserve. We deserve the best. And one of the things that I wanted to mention today was I have a lot of points that I want to touch on for you here, but what has helped me a lot is, coming up with the priorities that I needed, because this is the thing, right? I know one of the hard things with saving, and it's a real issue, and I really do get this. It's hard to save sometimes because of these things that come up, Hey, Dominique, how you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Just, if you can, let me know that you can hear me and see me okay, please, and just either say hello or yes, or, like or something, and I'll know you can hear and see me okay. Yeah, so nice to see you. What was I telling you? Okay, I was saying that I know one of the great, wonderful, yay. Hey, hi. One of the things that makes saving so challenging is these unexpected things that come up, right? Like maybe you're doing okay, you're managing your bills, and boom, something comes out of nowhere. Like maybe if you have a car, right, it breaks down. Next thing you know, you got a car bill, right? Or you have a child, a little girl, a little boy, I don't know. Little girl's like me, she's clumsy, right? So she trips, right? She breaks her foot. You have to take her to the doctor, right? that's a bill you didn't expect, right? I mean, is this something that you've noticed too? These things like these unexpected bills, they can really throw you off. Have you all noticed that too? Um, because these are the things that will take you off what you're trying to do. And this is where, again, like I was saying, exactly, totally, exactly. These are the things that'll knock you off. And for instance, for me, like recently, I'm real diligent with my taxes, and I have been for many years. But I recently, yes, exactly, yep, exactly. Those are the things they come up. You don't expect them. I recently got, and I'm telling you, I'm on time with my filings, and I'm very, very diligent, and I'm doing them right as far as I know. But I got a bill recently from the IRS, and this was like a couple $100, right? I have money saved, so it wasn't a problem, but many years ago, there was a point I couldn't even pay a copay bill. So the point is that these are the little things, or sometimes the big things, that can add up, and then we have to borrow, or we use our credit card, right? We get more debt. Yep. And then what happens is sometimes we can't even do that. Like if there's nobody you can borrow from, or if you don't have credit, um, sometimes then all your bills start to fall behind, right? And that's when it can be really rough. That's when it can be really, really challenging, and that's when the savings are needed. So the thing is, how to find money. That's the skill that you want to learn, how to find that money for the life you want, because these things happen and they're going to continue to happen. And what has helped me is learning how to find the money and helping clients do that too. Like, it makes a difference when you have someone that can help you look at that. Like, okay, you know what? Maybe we can do this here, maybe we can do that here, and we can help you save this money, to send your children to college, or to save for your retirement. So, whatever your dream might be. And I want to inspire you with someone too that it always inspires me. Have you both ever heard of Madam C.J. Walker? She's somebody that really inspires me, and the reason I'm bringing her up is because she is someone who found money to live her dreams, and yeah, definitely, yeah, yes, yep. She's very amazing. She's so inspiring. A lot of people think that, okay, I'll tell you all about her. She is the first, she's considered the first female Black millionaire, okay? And what is especially inspiring about her, she did this in the 1900s, early 1900s, okay? So this was only a few years after, slavery, the enslavement of Africans ended. And like maybe 10, not too long after, this woman became a millionaire. She became a millionaire because what she did was she created her own hairline. And what happened was she was having problems with her hair, and she couldn't find the products she needed, so she made a line, right? So this is what she did, and she became a millionaire doing that. And what I'm saying is that this woman, like, we know how it is now, the climate and everything, and she was able, in that time period, we know how much more magnified all those things were. This woman was able to do that. So this is why she's always so inspiring to me. And the reason I'm bringing her up again is because even if you don't want to own your own business, what we need and what is crucial is working around this system and taking what we have. Yes, yep, yes, you have, yep. That's great. Yeah, a lot of people think she made the straightening comb. She didn't do that, but she did do a lot. She made her own hair care line. Yeah, she's amazing. And I'm gonna include the link for you at the end, okay? So you can look it up. I'm gonna make sure I put that link for you. And the thing about it is that whether you have a job, which many of us did, and I had for many, many years, or whether you want a business, whatever it may be, you can still find those ways you can find that money. And so you take the job you have and you make the most of that, right? So I just want to tell you a couple more good things here about this. And if you have any comments or you want to share anything or let me know, please feel free to let me know as we go along here. But um, I'm able to help clients do this because I've learned how to find the money, and I've had different levels where maybe I've made a little less, a little bit more, but those times when I was able to maximize, when I had the highest earnings, I saved my money. I saved up 6 months of expenses, and about 5 years ago, I'll tell you from my perspective too, how I found the money. I had a really good paying job, but it really wasn't what I wanted. You know, it wasn't what I was making me happy. So I saved 6 months expenses and I quit my job. I didn't have another job, but I knew I would be fine because I learned what I needed to do about how to find money for my dreams. I had learned those skills and I knew I'd be fine, and I have been. And I'm doing great now. And basically, my credit score has continued to rise, my credit, and I have never had to go on unemployment. And these are the things that where I've become self-sufficient. And this is what I want to help you do too, like find more ways where you can find those pockets of money to save for your dreams so that you can do what you want to do. Does that make sense what I'm saying to you? Does any of this, is this making sense? Are you relating to any of this? Okay, let me know, okay? I just want to give you a chance. I know there's a little delay with the responses. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you know, these are the things, and I've always paid my bills on time, and I learned these skills, and yeah, yeah. And then, you know, it's a wonderful thing, and it to feel that self-sufficiency and finding ways to get, you know, when you find ways to find money, you can start to put that towards your dreams, what you're trying to achieve. And like I said, I've helped a lot of people do that. I come in, I have someone I've been working with for a while, no savings, no savings of any kind. And, you know, it's able to help the person see how they could find money, what they could do, and to build that's financial security, right? Because isn't that what we all really want? We want financial security, and we want to be able to live our dreams, and that's comes from finding that money, and that's you know, it takes, you know, you learn how to do it, and it can be done. And do you think that it's something that will be possible for you? Do you think that you would be able to do that, or have you been able to do that in certain ways? Okay. Yes, yes, great. Definitely, definitely. Yes, that would, yes, definitely would help. Okay, what I mean, Dominique, is like you find money by, for instance, um, what are you spending money on where maybe you could change it? In other words, like for me, maybe I had, you know, big cable package at one time, right? I didn't need all of that. I didn't need it, honestly. I mean, I don't know, do you have cable? Because, you know, they put like hundreds of channels on there, right? They'll put hundreds of channels, and a lot of them are duplicates of what you're already seeing on one station. And then what happens is you're like, I have all these channels, but I'm not even watching them, right? And this is where you can find that money because you're like, wait a minute, I really don't need all of this. I don't need this. So let me see what I can do to change this. And you adjust that bill, right? Exactly, exactly. It's crazy. I was looking at it one day. I was talking to my mom. I'm like, why are they giving us 1,000 here or 500 there? And meanwhile, you know, yes, cord cutter. That's it. Cord cutter. Yes, that's one thing. Yeah. B is saying cord cutter. That's what I'm talking about, Dominique. Where you're like, you know what? I don't need this cable, or at least at this level. that bill, you change it, and that frees that money. That's how you find that money. You're like, okay, now my bill was $200, and I changed this, and now my bill is 100. So guess what? Now you just found that money. You found that $100. Does that make sense what I'm saying, Dominique? That's where you find it, and there's your savings. Now, again, this is going to be in light of all you're doing and what you're working with, because you can't isolate one bill by itself. But this is an example of what I'm saying. Was that clear what I'm saying, or would you like me to give you another example? And yeah, a lot of people are doing that. Thanks. Great. Good. Thank you. Wonderful. Yeah, because I've been reading and hearing a lot about that. A lot of people are like, you know what, this cable is crazy, and they're cutting it. And I'm not saying that anybody should cut it unless that's your choice, right? I'm not telling you do this, do that. But what I do is like when I work with clients, and I do it with myself all the time, I look at what can I change or what can I adjust, or so I can find more money for what I want to do, and I always do that, and it's a continual thing you do, and it's again a perspective and a way of looking at it. So and do you think that this is something that would work for you, or something that would be helpful to you, Dominique? I'm just, there's a pause, probably a little delay, so that's why I sit here for a minute while I wait for you. Great, great. Yeah, so wonderful, wonderful. So if you have any questions, any other questions, just let me know. Um, because what I want to tell you now is that and if anyone's watching later too, if you have questions, just feel free to leave them for me, because I will be checking this. I always answer. I love talking to you. I love interacting, so I will make sure that I get back to you. So if this is a later watching session for you, or the replay, you can always let me know as well, okay? Let me know your questions. So I just wanted to let you know, okay, B said, I find you get more for your money by spending less. Yep. If you can pay for things on a one-time yearly basis, it helps your budget. You are absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. I did that recently. I had a bill. I had a lot of bills I did that with. And again, that was so I could find money for my dreams, or for my business, basically. For my business, I paid up a lot of my bills in one, and let me get it right. I paid up my bill in full for the year for a lot of services that they would, charge me each month. And I was like, you know what? I want to streamline this, and it was cheaper. I have like a credit monitoring thing, so I paid for that, and I paid it all flat for 1 year, and it took care of that. So you're right. That's how, and a lot of times it ends up being a lot cheaper for you. And there you go. And it may not seem like a lot, but that extra $5 here, that extra $10 there. Honestly, when you sit down and you add that, you're like, oh my goodness, now I got $50. I can save this $50 a month. Now, then there comes the saving, the actual saving. But there you go. You found money. You found that money for your dream, and whatever your dream is. So there you go. So that's a great point. And I just I'm gonna wrap this up, so I'm not gonna take too much of your time. But I want to let you know tomorrow's gonna be part 2, and you're really gonna want to join me for that one. Wonderful. Yay, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yes. Yes, wonderful. Yes. Wonderful. Oops. Let me come this time. I'm blocking my own screen now. Okay. So tomorrow's going to be part 2, and part 2 is I'm going to read this for you to make sure I get it right for you. I'm going to talk about the 2 things you need to avoid going broke. Okay. And I know for a lot of us, this is a real concern and a fear. I know it is for me too at times. you know, going broke, right? Ending up poor with nothing. And there's two things that you need to avoid that happening to you. And that's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, okay? And you know, I know that's one of the things that, and a lot of people have voiced that. Is that something too that you have a concern about, right? Going broke, right? You can type yes or just click like or whatever. But I found that a lot of people have that fear, and even if they don't realize it, it is like underneath a lot of what we're doing, and we may not even connect it, but we're like, oh my God, I don't want to end up broke, you know, and poor when I'm old. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow, the two things you need to avoid that. And what I'm doing here, I'm going to put that link for you. So yes, but there's a lot that can be done to change that, and that's the whole idea. That's what this is all about, how to change that. Yep, I got you. I got you. And let me put that link for you here. So just this will be for part 2 tomorrow. You know, just click on it so then you'll get reminded, okay, when I'm coming back on here tomorrow. Let me copy and paste that for you. 1 second for me here. Let me copy that. Copy. Okay. I hope I didn't obscure my... Wonderful. Great. I'm glad. I'm really glad. Yes. It'll be tomorrow again at the same time. Okay. So there we go. There's the link. So that's for part 2, okay? Which is the 2 things you need. Sorry guys, I'm a little, I type fast, but I make errors a lot of times. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to type it here carefully, going broke. That's part 2 tomorrow, okay? So, can't seem to get the R right. Okay, so part 2. And that's going to be part 2. And then also, I am going to leave you the link for Miss CJ Walker. I wrote a blog and I talked about her in it, and a lot of women are really loving it. It's called How Black Women Can Overcome the Wage Gap. And I talk about her because she really does inspire me when I feel really like upset about a lot of things. I'm like, you know what, but we can take control of our lives. We can take control of our money. Okay, so that's the link, and just check that for tomorrow. Did anyone have any other questions or comments? Because if not, I really enjoyed speaking with you. Thank you. Great, Dominique. I really enjoyed talking to you this evening. And join me. Feel free to join me again tomorrow at the same time. And if there's anybody, thank you. I'm so glad. It's my pleasure, Dominique. If you please share this with anyone you think it might be helpful for, and let them know I'm doing part 2, and join me tomorrow again. And I hope you have a wonderful evening, okay? And thank you so much. Have a great, great night. Okay, bye-bye. Oh, yeah, great, wonderful. And I'm sorry, let me put the CJ Walker, and then I'm done, okay? Let me put her up. Where's her link? Yeah, I think you should definitely check her out. She is amazing. Okay, great. Okay, ladies, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. Bye. Good night.